Hey, welcome back to Milton Daily Homes. We have 12 listings today, and it's what we call a dirty dozen because someone lied. We'll talk about that in just a second. Okay, first one up is Nadalin Heights. I actually kind of like the way they did the door here with the depth of field blurry. I think that's a nice view of what you see when you walk in. Lots of condo competition right now. Even within the Nadalin Heights buildings, there's a few that are even the same size as this one. They put it, I think, at a fair price. Generally, you get a little bit of a hit for being on the first floor. You either face Louis St. Laurent or you face the parking lot. Neither one is awesome. There are some buildings in town where there's a significant difference between which side you face. Like the Costigan buildings, one side is parking lot, one side is beautiful ravine. So obviously the ravine gets the premium. And you've got this, which I don't even think there's seating there. There's just a gazebo and there's nothing. I guess it's bring your own seating. Now Beaver Courts an interesting one because, well, let's put it this way. There's not a lot of options for downsizers. You either go into Drury Park, which is extremely competitive, or you go into a condo or you buy a bungalow with a big lot. So this one has a 35 by 130 foot lot. It's a little bit bigger than Drury Park, but a lot smaller than a lot of the other Kingsley Court bungalows and so on. So single car garage in Drury Park is sold conditional in the mid sixes. We've seen many examples of bungalows even going up, $800,000-$900,000. It's gotten to that point on Elmwood and so on. So at $475,000, this one, all you see is the outside shots. There's two sides of this one that are bordered by green space. Not extremely private because you've got the chain link fence. I'm sure you could install fencing. You're usually about $100 per fencing panel. So I would think in a home like this, you're probably $3,000-$4,000 for fencing, maybe up to $5,000 if you wanted to kind of overestimate. But here's the thing. I think this one could easily be worth $600,000 if you had to go in and do the work. And what a lot of people do is they say, oh, there's so much work here, I'm going to knock that off the price. So in other words, they're asking for $75,000. First of all, that's not, I think it's going to sell for more. But they start reducing versus saying, okay, look, this home could be worth $600,000 when it's done. I walk in, they're asking for $75,000. If I can get it for $500,000 and I put $75,000 into it, that puts me at $575,000, but it's worth $600,000. It means I've profited by that move. So that's the way to think about it. What's it going to be worth? How much work would that require? And can I get it for any less than that difference in price? So I don't know how bad this one is inside, but I think that it captures there's really nothing else like it out there. And I think that it also captures an audience that's going to continue to grow, which is the baby boomers, which want to downsize. And they can make this one their own. Now this one on Irving Terrace is at $599. Now, if you've been following the market, anything pretty much detached is selling with the first number being a 6, unless it's extremely small, like 1,100-1,200 square feet. This one is 1,740 square feet, plus a finished basement. And I wouldn't be surprised when they take offers if this one goes for $50,000 to $80,000 over asking. It might even hit $700,000 the way some of these homes have been going. I've seen homes sell for $700,000 that aren't even as nice as this one. They're a little bit bigger, but they're not as nice. So, laundry room upstairs plus 3 bedrooms. You've got a Jack and Jill between the 2 rooms. I don't know if anybody else watching this has kids who love Paw Patrol, but my youngest is infatuated with that show. Anyway, it's nicely set up, and it's going to sell for a HE double hockey sticks hell of a lot more than what they're asking. Now here we go. I talk about this in Daily Homes all the time. Don't believe everything you see in a listing. And so this one on Diceway, it says extremely rare Madami 3,200 square foot built home. Arguably the best layout of all Madami designs. Well, here's the thing. Is that opinion qualified because they didn't even get this design right? Ready for this? Plan 4. That's the elevation right there. 2,983 square feet. It's got the main floor den. It is a nice floor plan. I'd probably put it in my top 10. But it's not 3,200 square feet. And when we're valuing these homes at like 100 a square foot at least, what kind of pricing decision is someone going to make? I worry that the agent is going to get in trouble. I actually emailed him and I said, look, it's not the right square footage. And it'll be interesting to see if that's updated. But it's just, take it as gospel, it's not 3,200 square feet. Now, by the way, that home is still a good deal at 2,983 square feet for $840. You'll see in the list there's a 3,000 square foot home asking $930. So this one on Laurier in the Oakville Milton MLS system, $775, 2,600 square feet. I'll tell you, this one's going to be tricky. That is pink. Pink. The whole house has pink carpet. And if somebody's in a position to replace carpet, it generally was in this kind of situation makes a lot of sense. Maybe somebody's going to love pink carpet. I would say it's definitely the minority. And sometimes we draw inspiration from nature, pink and green. So it's a good layout, actually. So here's your kitchen here, and then you've got a dining room, and then there's a family room, and it all kind of flows nicely. I like the half walls sometimes. People like open concept, but the problem with that is that sometimes you can't anchor your furniture to anything. So this wall allows you to actually put stuff against it. And then upstairs you've got a loft area, plus you've got 4 bedrooms. There's your master there. They're all pretty good sized rooms as well. And there's your loft, and you could do a desk here. You've got to walk out to the balcony outside, and you've got some aggregate back there. So it's boy, that pink carpet's going to be tough. The other thing is this driveway with the oil stains. That's your first impression, so you've got to really be careful on how you create that first impression. I always say to people is, you can lose people when they drive up. I've had clients that have driven up to a home and said, now let's just keep going. So your only job on the outside is to just prevent that from happening. And I don't think oil stains would, but I also think that it sets the bar lower so that when they come in, they're thinking, like, I think people keep a scorecard of what's going on with a home. And if the bar goes down here, now you're fighting to get that back up with the rest of the house. Okay, last one is Maple Avenue, and I'll let you look at this. It's 1,200 square feet. It's a nice size. We sold a similar sized unit last year for this kind of price, so I do think it's priced pretty well. The one thing I would say to people is take the stuff off of the top of the cabinets. It never looks good. And I know they've done an artistic thing, but from listing photos, it's always better to keep it clean, simple, tidy. I know why they left them there. Like I said, I'm sure that there's some artistic merit to having them, but it always makes listing photos look cluttered. So if you're free this weekend, you can always go to, if you can zoom this in, Sharon, the Performancing Arts Center. Sounds like fun to me. So there we go. That's the list. If you have any questions, reach out to us, give us a call, and we'll see you tomorrow with more Milton Daily Homes.